Alright, so hey there Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to my Zodiac Signs as Student series. Okay, so in today's video we are going to be taking a look at the Libra student as we discuss 3 certain subjects that I personally think can be associated with the sign of Libra. Now, I would like to mention here that this video can resonate for you if you have any personal planets within the sign of Libra, but this video is mostly directed towards those of you who have your Mercury within the sign of Libra, as well as Libra ruling your 3rd house. I would also like to mention here that even if you're not at school anymore, even if you're not a student anymore, I still recommend watching this video because some of the things that I'm going to be talking about, they can also be used within your everyday life and within your own human interactions. Now, before we do get started, if you would like to know more information all about Gemini within astrology, so looking at the sign of Gemini through the houses, looking at your Mercury sign, looking at the Mercury houses, as well as the 3rd house within astrology, then I have created a Gemini season / Gemini archetype ebook. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide a link to that ebook in the description box below so that you can pick up your copy today. So with all those introductions out of the way, Mercury in Libra / Libra ruling the 3rd house, let's do this. So the first subject that I chose for you, Libra, is social studies. Because Libra, you are the sign associated with relationships. Now, of course, all of the air signs are really connected with relationships due to the air element and how that is connected with socializing and using the mind. But you, Libra, you have this natural ability of being able to harmonize the relationships that you form. And so what you do is you seek to put forward ideas that are based upon social well-being. And you do this by using your good manners and by playing fair. Now, this in turn can make you well liked by others, and so when it comes to studying the likes of social studies, you can gain many skills to really add towards your already well-refined social skills and relationship tactics. For example, Libra, social studies can enhance your literacy skills. So really looking at how you listen, how you read, how you write, how you speak. Also looking at how you differentiate between what is fact and what is an opinion. But then furthermore, looking at how you can articulate and construct reasoned arguments from varied perspectives. Basically, it's social studies that can strongly emphasize your literacy skills, which can then also filter into other areas as well, such as media, finance, and culture. And these certain things may be areas that you're interested in learning. Social studies can also help you improve upon your own decision-making skills as well, and you are known for being rather indecisive, Libra. So for example, you can make decisions based upon the criteria and the data that you obtain through social studies, but you can also come up with identifying alternative courses of action as well. But then you're also able to take action by putting those decisions into effect. So the likes of social studies will really get you thinking in different ways. It'll get you communicating and connecting with different people, learning about how people operate, and then you can also reflect on that information and be able to base your own decisions upon what it is that you're learning from all this other information from others. Naturally as well, social studies can enhance your interpersonal and communicative skills as well here. After all, you will be dealing with many types of people, and so these skills are necessary. Interpersonal skills, they will certainly teach you, Libra, how to relate with others. So looking at the likes of your body language, looking at the tone of your voice, how you listen, how you ask questions, and how you work as part of a team. And so whenever you do improve on these things, Libra, you can also think about how you are communicating effectively. So what words do you use? What phrases? What sentences do you use? How is your information being delivered in a way that is intellectual and also sophisticated and fair? Naturally, these things in turn can come in handy as you collaborate with others through this field of study as well. So being able to participate in the likes of debates, negotiations, compromises and persuasions in order to resolve conflicts and differences between others. And it's also about being able to adjust your own behavior in order to fit the dynamics of others. Ultimately, Libra, it is through the subject of social studies that you can enhance both your personal and interpersonal abilities, as well as your literacy and your decision-making abilities. Some things to learn here, Libra. Well, there is a tendency of you being too highly agreeable for your own good sometimes, okay? And you can come across as super easygoing until the scales are tipped far too much, by which you would much rather not say anything because you don't want others seeing you angry or upset, because in your eyes it's just not pleasant or harmonious. So in terms of social studies, just keep this in mind, because this area of study is going to require you to be upfront and direct about what you're learning. Therefore, this is about you acknowledging what your actual drives and what your urges are, and so being able to express these, being able to communicate these. For example, right, maybe you're sitting in your social studies class and there is a topic of discussion that is really focused upon the likes of law or politics. So basically you're having a bit of a discussion with other students. There's a bit of participation going on between students. Perhaps students, they are sharing their own opinion and maybe you disagree with their opinion, but then rather than you expressing your opinion, you decide not to say anything, maybe because you're not sure if anybody will really agree with you. But you know what, who knows, maybe as you do bring it up, others will listen to what you're saying and they might agree. But also, you know, it's also accepting that others, they're going to disagree as well, that not everybody is going to agree with you. And so by you expressing your own opinion in front of others, it can actually provide you with a feeling of inner peace as well, because you know that you got it off your chest, you said it, rather than keeping it in. Basically, Libra, you can feel this sense of inner self-satisfaction by you actually having the courage to participate and really get involved, no matter if the receiver on the other end is going to agree with you or disagree with you. The second subject I chose for you, Libra, is English and Cultural Studies. Now, Libra, you might have enjoyed the likes of English literature, for example, whilst you were a student or whilst you are a student, but overall you may be interested in language, but language in a beautiful way, language in an artistic way, in a creative way. Therefore, this field of study can get you into your creativity, but it can also get you into your sensitivities as well. And it's these very things that can be expressed through the likes of film, dance, theatre, drama, music, poetry, all of these powerful forms of communication. And you are ruled by the planet Venus, and so this can suggest that you're drawn to these types of things. You may be drawn to the fine arts, you may be drawn to drama, you may be drawn to music. And so for you, by learning about the cultural studies, it can filter into other forms of expression. But then also, because you are an air sign, you like to seek out these art forms through the likes of socializing and connecting with others. And so it's cultural studies that can certainly encourage you to do these things. So for example, you can learn about the ways in which people shop, how they surf on the internet, how they watch television, how they walk, how they read, how they speak, how they write. You can also gain insights into how people create clothing and jewelry. But ultimately, Libra, it is through the likes of English and cultural studies that you can get really super creative with your presentation skills, with your editorial skills, and also with your communicative skills. Plus, you can also learn how to think beyond your own experiences as well, as you begin to understand how your ideas and how your actions shape the world around you through the likes of studying cultural studies. Some things to learn here, well, there is a tendency of you being quite appearance conscious, Libra, where you're more concerned with the outer appearance of things, with the aesthetic of things. You might actually be quite judgmental or come across as rather self-righteous towards others if they aren't aligned with what you deem as beautiful or as symmetrical, I suppose you could say. So just keep this in mind, because whenever you are writing, for example, a creative piece of some sort, you might have this perception in your mind of wanting to really focus upon how it will look, how it will appear. So whatever you're writing, you may be thinking too much about, well, what's the grade I'm going to get? How's the teacher going to perceive it? Am I going to get full marks? Will the teacher be able to see the beauty within I'm writing? Will they appreciate what I'm writing? But by you focusing or concentrating so much on the outcome, where it's like, oh yeah, you got 5 stars, Libra, well done, you might actually take yourself out of your moment, out of your flow, and miss the entire point. Because, well, it's a question of, what if you get a B rather than an A? Does that mean that you're less of a person for that? Does that mean that you're no longer seen as the great student or as the smart student in your teacher's eyes? Do these things essentially really matter to you? And if they do, that's great, good for you. But at the same time, it's just also being easy on yourself, because you don't want to sort of make yourself feel bad just because you didn't get the result that you wanted. Not everything has to be a beauty pageant, you know what I mean? And the third and final subject that I chose for you, Libra, is music. Because Libra, well, music may be one of those subjects that you are just so mentally drawn to, that you're obsessed with, that you just can't live without, because you just love the art of language, the art of creation, the art of being moved by music. And so you might actually make a great songwriter, you might even make a great romantic novelist. And this reminds me of my friend who has a Leo rising, and he has Libra ruling his 3rd house, and he is always writing songs about love and romance. Perhaps it's the actual songwriting that is one of those very things that really draws you to music, or maybe it's the collaborating that is involved, where you're given the opportunity to work with other talented people. Because by playing or by creating with others, this can really inspire you, and it can increase your own desire to learn more. Also, by studying music, you might go in to seek a job really working within the likes of film, radio, television, areas that might spark your interest due to the human interaction mixed with creativity and art. However, it is also through the likes of studying music that you can also get in touch with your leadership side here as well. After all, Libra, you are a cardinal sign, meaning that you're highly motivated and you show initiative. For example, you could become a conductor or a composer. You could become a manager or a promoter. Through the likes of music as well, you might enjoy the thought of organizing or hosting events that are open to the public. And Libra, you are known for being a wonderful host. Plus, you also might enjoy the whole teamwork and the collaboration that's involved with organizing or hosting an event. Studying music can certainly foster your teamwork skills, Libra. For example, being part of the choir, being part of a band, being part of the orchestra, but it can also help strengthen your mind. Ultimately, Libra, through music, you can study how music affects culture, you can develop your evaluation skills, and you can also learn how different vibrations of music are used for different purposes. Some things to learn here though, Libra. Well, there is a tendency, like I said at the beginning, of you being relatively indecisive. And it's your indecision that can prolong things from happening from time to time. For example, you might get handed a piece of work from your music teacher to complete, and you might sit on it for a little bit, but then what might happen is you might do it last minute or possibly not even hand it in on time. So with this in mind, maybe it would be a good idea, Libra, for you to ask questions to other students, you know, learn from them, maybe how they're going to complete the piece of work, or you can ask the teacher, you know, just ask the teacher to have a one-on-one discussion with them in private where they can go over with you maybe what it is that they're looking for throughout that project or throughout that assignment or whatever the work is. Just try to evaluate or weigh out all of the sides of the assignment or work that you're completing in order to gain clarity. But at the same time, whenever you do make a decision on something, so maybe it is that you've decided, right, okay, I'm going to complete this piece of work, this is the way I'm going to do it, be very firm with yourself when you do it. Just commit yourself to whatever course of action you just made. Yes, you're going to be very conscious of alternatives that exist, and that is great because this is one of your many strengths as a Libra. But when there is a deadline or whenever there is a certain structure to go by, well, it's really important for you to respect that deadline and to then just move on to the next thing. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video on the Libra student. Now, if you happen to have your Mercury within Libra, or if you have the sign of Libra ruling your third house, then let us know what you thought of the video in the comment section to know about your own experiences. I have really enjoyed this series so far because it's helped me learn new information about other things, which is very Gemini season, so yeah, I've been enjoying it. But anyway, thank you so much for watching, thank you for subscribing, and of course, if you would like to see more videos from myself, then go right ahead and click that subscribe button if you have not done so already, and I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!